As we report at the top of this newscast, we're following breaking news from Akron. A man shot and killed by police overnight after they're called out about a stolen car. Tonight, we're hearing from police and the mayor. Michelle Nix is live with the breaking details. Michelle.
Good evening, Caitlin. That's right. The Ohio Attorney General's office and their state's crime lab are investigating an Akron police shooting, a deadly Akron police shooting that happened around 1:04 this morning at the gas station that you see behind me. It's the Duke and Duchess gas station here on East Avenue, the cross street, Louisiana Avenue. An Akron officer, we're told, fired 2 rounds with his department-issued firearm, striking the suspect. The suspect died on scene. Officers immediately did, though, try to render first aid, applying a chest seal. Now, that man was 54 years old. His name has not been released, but a loaded gun was recovered inside the vehicle. What police are not saying is whether or not this gentleman ever actually fired his weapon, or even if he got out of the car. The officer is on paid administrative leave, which is protocol in cases like this. Akron Mayor Shamus Malik releasing a statement saying, in part, officer-involved shootings are often highly nuanced and complex, and some of the toughest situations for a community to grapple with. More information will be released in the coming week, including the body cam or the body-worn camera footage of the incident, so that we as a community can develop a clearer picture of what transpired. The mayor also says his thoughts are with the man's family and with Akron police. And again, one reason that we don't know a lot of information at this point is because when an officer-involved shooting happens, that officer has rights, and they only ask the things that are pertinent, like how many shots were fired. Reporting live in Akron, Michelle Nix, 19 News.